Hi, everybody. Welcome. I think we're live. Might want to check here just to get a little feedback as to whether you can hear me clearly. And I just want to say a very, very warm welcome. This is a safe place. I've got my wonderful Lucy here in the chat, taking care of you as you comment and share. And I just want you to know that I really appreciate you being here today at very short notice. I just have a sense that this is a turning point. We're at a pivotal point. We're right in the middle of two eclipses. And as you can see, things are gathering speed. They're changing quickly. And I had a sense that this was an important time to connect with you and to share with you just some of the things that have been coming up and how we might help one another through this big patch of turbulence. And it kind of feels like this sort of energy. I was sort of thinking, what does this feel like musically? And I sort of got something like this. Yes, things are just sort of hotting up. Yeah, they're just beginning to move. There's a lot of movement, and it's almost as if we're on a bit of a cliffhanger. And which way are we going? We're in between these two powerful eclipses. On the 19th of November, we had the lunar eclipse in Taurus. And the Taurus lunar eclipse takes us into this whole energy of Earth energy. Our Earth, our planet, and more than anything, our survival. Our survival needs are up strongly. When survival needs are up, there can be a tendency to panic, to be anxious, to be looking around at, where's the next shoe going to drop? And it's going to be very important, to the best of your ability, if you can just find a quiet place inside of you, even if it's only for 20 seconds, it will make an amazing difference. You won't be subject to all the fluttering and moving of different leaves around you. You'll be the tree trunk, solid in you. What are the ways of doing it? Well, what are the ways? Let's work on this together. Let's see if we can inspire one another. This isn't to be me talking at you. This is a co-creation so that you begin to activate your new brain frequencies. We're going to have to activate more brain frequencies. We can't continue the way we've been going. We can see that all around. And if you're really honest, you've wanted a big change. If you go deep inside, you've wanted this, you've hungered for this. So what are the ways that you get calm? I'll tell you 3 ways that I get calm. One is I become aware of my breathing. That's a really quick way because, you know, your breath is with you all the time. Another is I will usually play some music. Maybe it's music for you, maybe it's not music, yeah. Sometimes it's just looking at the ocean or imagining the ocean or imagining something that is calming. For me also, it's stroking Antoni, my kitty. I find that very soothing. So let's see in the chat, what are the things that you do? Even just touching your heart here, just here. This is where sort of panic lies. And there's a whole panic frequency going on in the environment. So you want to just find ways, okay, taking walks in nature. Shoulder shrugs, those are great. Thank you, Ed. 5 of those in a row. Circle dancing, sacred circle dancing. Yeah. So just inspire one another and come up with several different ways and get creative. You might be surprised at some of the things that will soothe you, or you might want to try out some of the things that are shared here. Being creative is a wonderful way of losing yourself, the worried self, the panicky self, the one that could get caught up with the Omicron and the VPs and the lockdowns and the boosters and get caught in that vortex, yeah? Get caught up in all of that divisive energy. And let's not get caught up in another world war. We don't have to have guns and physical weapons and submarines and all of that. Words are so powerful. The energy of words. Just today I was out at my painting exhibition. We were just doing a few bits and pieces, a few of us. And I was wearing my masks. I was double masked. It's the law now here in Greece. And I came outside. There was a man sitting outside. He very aggressively, you know, the energy was aggressive. Now, I don't understand Greek so well, but I understood the energy. And he was very contemptuous of me wearing a mask. I thought, okay. So we understand energy, we understand frequency. So let's not get caught up in the arguing, in the division, right? We have to find ways to be creative to help one another. The creative frequency. Yeah, there is a frequency of creativity, which is very inspiring. If you've ever done anything where you're just somewhere else, it might be cooking, it might be gardening, it might be tending to the animals, you're just lost. You're not in that sucked in energy. So this earth energy, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, is demanding, while Uranus is in Taurus, until 2025, 4-5, we've got to get into our earth and reconnecting with our Mother Earth. So many of us, I speak for myself, have been looking for a mother to nurture us. Some of you may have had very nurturing and soft and loving mothers. But I think many of us didn't have that kind of nurturing that we would have liked to have had. We've been caught up in the vortex of money, and paying bills and being slaves to the system. And so Mother Nature, we need to get in touch with Mother Nature, Mother Earth, who will cradle us, who will take care of us if, and only if, we tune into the Uranian energy, which is her frequency. There's a frequency, there's a sound frequency of Mother Earth. Everything is about frequency as we move forward. So we are moving away from the age of Pisces. And we're going to have a big Piscean reminder with this Jupiter-Neptune energy coming up next year. But we're moving out of this age where we were told, believe this, just believe. Believe in the church, in religion, in this is the way it should be done, even if it didn't resonate with you inside. And don't think for yourself, just believe. And if you couldn't do that, then find a way to escape. Maybe through drugs, alcohol, addictions. This is very Piscean age. And dependence, a dependency. We're going into this Aquarian energy, which is now the marriage of science and spirituality coming together. We have to use the brain energy, the air energy, the frequency energy to bring the spirituality to a much higher frequency, where the spirituality is for one, it's a global connectedness. It's not this, I mean, I could never understand. It's like the Protestants are fighting, the Catholics are fighting, the Greek Orthodox and the Lutherans, and it's all the same religion. Yeah, we are having to become this global community and to begin to think for ourselves. Critical thinking skills are going to be very much needed. It's just that we've not been trained for it. Or I speak for myself, I was not trained for this. I had to get permission to do anything. I even had to get permission in school to go to the toilet. Please, miss, can I go to the bathroom? So there's a trained dependence. We've got tremendous dependence now upon the governments, the state, to pay wages, to support us socially, different ways. Some countries are more socialized than others. But there's this dependency, there's this whole dependency culture. And this is not going to work anymore, because in dependency, you lose your power. And Pluto in Capricorn in these last degrees, and I've spoken a lot about the USA Pluto return, the most powerful nation in the world going through its Pluto power crisis. And we're in it. We're in it, we're in it, we're in it, we're in it. And it's not a time to complain or to moan or to blame. Pluto in Capricorn is all about saying, I'm going to find a way. I'm not helpless. We've learned to be helpless. I learned to be helpless. I'm an only child. And I had two very doting parents who nearly strangled me, with their attention. I mean, on one hand, it was nice, but on the other hand, they just wanted to support me. That, they didn't want me to know about death and dying. They didn't want me to earn a living for myself. My father kept pushing money on me. Do you need some money? I'm sure you need a little extra. And it wasn't until I got to my 30s where I said, Dad, thank you for offering. I can manage on my own. And I really didn't know how I was going to manage. But I did. I found a muscle I didn't know I had. So we've got to find some new muscles here. And don't look for a universal basic income. It's the last thing we need to be given to us by the state. Not with Uranus in Taurus, no. It may look as though that is materializing, but there will be a lot of ties and duties and behaviors that you will have to abide by if you want to depend upon the state moving forward. I mean, it's fairly obvious that they're not acting in our best interests. We've gone through one of the most difficult crises with COVID, and the rich have got richer and richer and richer and richer. We have to watch that we don't settle for that. It's about taking your power. Don't look at what you can't do right now. It's easy to sort of get lost in that, and I have my moments. Just don't look at that. Don't give that your attention. Wherever you're putting your attention, you're putting your frequency. And wherever your frequency goes, you're empowering that thing. So look at what you can do. Saturn rules Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn is about taking responsibility in order to get your power back. Being accountable. Saying, yeah, my hand's up. I'm putting my hand up. I'm in. I'm not going to start blaming everybody and shouting at everybody. And I won't get into that. I'm going to look at, what do I want to create? And now this brings me nicely. Thank you, Pleiadians. There's a lot of help out there, by the way. There's a lot of help. You just need to believe that it's out there. We've been so narrowed in our beliefs, in our training. You must believe this. No, hell no. There are so many miracles happening around us. I've had many emails these last few weeks with people sharing their miracles. Health miracles. Somebody went without eating for 6 weeks, wasting away. One day something happened. She had an awakening. She said to her boyfriend, I'm ready, let's go out for roast beef, mashed potatoes and vegetables, and I'm going to have cake. Or I can't remember it exactly. I may be misquoting, forgive me if I am. And she had 2 meals and she knew, I am fine, I am well. So we've got to open our beliefs. And this eclipse coming up in Sagittarius, it's a double-edged energy. It's a solar eclipse, and eclipses are big game changers. It's like everything can change. And it's a fire eclipse. So what do you want to burn up that's old, that you don't need anymore? What is it that you want to burn. It's fire energy. Burn something, you can start fresh. It cleans. And Sagittarius, it's a south node in Sag, so it's all these beliefs that we had around religion, all the fears around religion, the fears around Satan, the fears around sinning, all that frequency. It's losing its power. It must lose its power. It's happening. But Sagittarius is encouraging you to choose your new truth, your new beliefs, your new miracles. What are the miracles that you want to see? What is the earth that you want to create? Sorry, I'm getting too excited here. This is the next step. Yeah. So this eclipse is very much about being open to extraterrestrials. That's very Sagittarian energy. And you might think you're going crazy. And others around you might say you're going crazy. You know what? Keep going. Just keep going. Keep going with what you're getting messages about. Your intuition, your knowing, because that's your power. Trust it. The Piscean energy that's coming up is to trust your power, to trust what's going on inside of you. Does this feel right to me? Questioning. So the energy, especially with the Sagittarian energy that we've got with this eclipse, and the Jupiter-Neptune energy coming in, and the Saturn square to Uranus going on, there's going to be lots of division. And I'm going to say, don't get into the division. When you divide things, you get less. Yeah? 12 divided by 6, 2. I had 12, got 2 now. So don't get into the divisive energy. And you'll know it because you'll start to feel a certain agitation. There's an agitated frequency when you get into, oh, look what they're doing, and oh, look what they're doing. We're going through a necessary collapse of an old system that's not been working for a long time. And you've come here. You're in this soul family. You've tuned into this frequency. You're attracted to this frequency, as am I attracted to yours. You are stronger than you think you are. You're more creative than you think you are. You're a magical being. We haven't begun to tap into all of that yet. First things first. We must respect nature and get in tune with nature and what is the world that you want to see. That's the vision to be created now. Pisces and Jupiter and Neptune together is a wonderful, potentially a wonderful aspect. It can bring mass psychosis, where the masses, just go off the edge of a cliff together. But it can also bring a great creative, miraculous streak, but each one individually, each one of you is vital. You are needed right at this time. You are crucial. You wouldn't be here. You certainly wouldn't be tuning into this channel if you didn't know and recognize that, wow. So what is the world that you envisage, that you dream? The whole thing's a dream, but what is the film that you want to be a part of? How do you see medicine? How do you see health? How do you see us living? Kind of houses? What kind of communities? Start sharing. Don't go, I recognize that there are certain things that we don't want. The more we give attention to what we don't want, the more we're energizing it, okay? So if we are going to give attention to it, and I understand that that does need to be taken care of, we need to be at a higher frequency. So the higher the frequency you have, the more able you will be to deal with some of the terrible things that are going on in our planet. But if you meet that frequency with a divisive low frequency, you're going to end up frustrated, angry, depressed. That's not the frequency that you want to create with. It won't be constructive. So we're on the cusp of this new world. We really are. So what do you want? What do you want in the economy? How do you want the government to look? How do you want the world of our animals and how we take care of animals to look? How do you want transportation to look? How do you want education to look? Yeah, this is time for that dream energy that's unlimited. The eclipse in Sagittarius doesn't want to be limited, wants to travel, wants to go to different galaxies, different places. Every one of you has a gift. And the more each one of us raises that frequency, the more easily we can create this new world. Easy, no. I'm not saying that there isn't going to be some struggling, some fighting, but it's like anything. When you're building muscles, I know I'm doing a little bit of upper body weights now, which I've never done. I'm not, I'm only lifting a kilo in each hand, but it's something. So start lifting half a kilo, start doing something that lifts you, because the Sagittarian is the energy of lifting you out of, not ignoring, because the Taurus energy won't allow you to ignore. Thank you, Cindy. Living in a community that looks out for one another, less isolated, growing food, a health system that helps you heal physically, mentally, great. Yeah, we're in the creation phase. This is so powerful. It has so much upward energy. The energy of the Sagittarian eclipse is an upward energy. It's going out into the whole cosmos. It's not getting lost. Yeah, don't get too, you'll know when you're sucked in. And it's not about ignoring what's going on. Believe me, I'm aware of what's going on. But I'm very aware that I'm no use to anybody if my frequency drops low. Yeah, it's like, who are you listening to? Are you listening to yourself? herbs for healing. Yeah, each one has got an interest. Where's your interest? What are you drawn to at the moment? And it might be something you're very dissatisfied with. Good. Good, good, good. We're at turning points here. Big turning points. And the eclipses, and we've got so many things happening astrologically. That's why I will be communicating with you regularly at this time, so that we can together navigate this without feeling as though we're going down in a sinking ship. The ship's going down. It just is. And it's okay. Just know that that ship that we've been struggling to clamber onto is the Titanic. It's old. It's old. So we're going to be finding out so much more about Mother Earth. There's so much aliveness around us. I'm noticing it. No, I'm fortunate I live near the beach here. And I walk on the stones, yeah, and I pick up the stones, and I love looking at them and touching them and holding them. They have a frequency, they have an energy. And you can infuse a stone with energy. You can infuse something with energy. I think of the runes, the stones used for divination. So wherever your interest lies, follow that. Trust that you'll find a way to make a living. Some of us are good at one thing, some are good at another. And some of us at the moment don't know where to go. I know there's a lot of like, I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to be. I'm not quite sure I'm supposed to live. I'm not quite sure whether this is right. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, I've been out of work for a while and it's been wonderful, for many are saying. So do your very best to get your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. What are you feeding yourself? Taurus is all about the food energy. What are you feeding? What are you nurturing? Are you nurturing hate and anger and frustration? Are you nurturing possibility, creativity, prayer, new ways of doing things? We need a whole new energy system. We've depleted Mother Earth. We polluted Mother Earth. It's got to change, has to change. So listen, look at this. Pens is resigning tomorrow and getting into your creativity. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Lula's labyrinth runes have been coming into your readings. Make it up. Make things up. You're making up as you go anyway. That's why children are so wonderful. They can make things up, can't they? Yeah. You can say to a child, you know, imagine you're drinking a cup of pineapple juice, you know, and they'll pick up a cup and they go, ooh, lovely. Go into the world of make-believe. I'm not suggesting that you're not to be grounded and centered, please. We're having to work within the two, right? And there will be extremes of weather. Yeah, we've depopulated the trees. We've done things on the planet that have taken the earth out of balance. and she's got to come into balance. And there are those of you that love the earth, that are really children of the earth. You love growing things, you love food, you love cooking. Some of you love the animals. Some of you love organization and structure and how we should do business. All this is coming. And these eclipses are going to bring about game-changing moves. But governments are coming down. They're not sustainable. They're bust. They're broke. Yeah, trillions and trillions and trillions. It's broke. The Uranus in Taurus energy suggests that we're going to get into tribes. Many people have said to me, looking for my tribe. Well, here's a tribe. You're online here. This is your tribe. And you'll have other tribes that you connect with. And there are new technologies coming on in every area. So technology is to be there to support us, not to surveillance us, not to restrict us, to restrict our behaviors further and further and further. This is just a wake-up call. See this as a wake-up call for you to reach your highest potential. If there's something that I feel I'm here for, it's to encourage you, to lift you, to show you that you've got so much more inside of you than you could ever dream of. And I'm discovering that now myself. I didn't know, I never thought it would be easy for me to lift this keyboard. Used to be a right royal struggle to get it just about 6 feet, 2 meters. I was worried, am I going to do this? I might hurt myself, I might this. For me, it's miraculous that I can do that. But keep stretching, keep the Sagittarius eclipse is about encouraging you to keep stretching your reality. We've been conditioned as to what we should see and what we need to look at and where our focus should be. The media is coming down. You'll see some big significant media channels. Chances are they're going down. And we are moving into this energy of being one nurturing family. It might look impossible right now. Yeah, you look at some of the things and you go, yeah. If there is no vision, the people perish. So let's not perish without a vision. You imagine what you want and what you've come for. I could never understand why so much money had to go on missiles and arms and killing one another and all of that. It's always been so strange. So you know that you're here for something. Make sure you make it your business to find out. Keep saying, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. If this resonates here, you're connected. You're already connected with the frequency of people who are saying, hey, you know, there's something going on. And the alarm is sounding. Yeah, yeah, there's alarm bells going. Good. Some of you will be working with sound, with music. Yeah, there's so much we can do with sound. Sound is incredibly powerful for healing and raising frequencies and for healing. You can just work with the frequencies, you know, if you work with the frequency of Mozart, just playing a little Mozart in the background will give you a sense of hope. a sense that there's something, and it also works with your frequencies. So work with frequency. We're just going to see this word frequency everywhere, because that's what the Age of Aquarius is about. So what is the music? Each person has their own sound. There are people working with sound healing, helping you find that sound. So we're going to, look for ways in which we can help one another. First of all, the first port of call is about you doing the work on you. And I do it every day. Every day there's something that challenges me. Every day there's something somewhere. Thank you for being here. Thank you for valuing yourself. Uranus in Taurus is all about value. Value yourself, your contribution, what you can do. We've looked to others to do it for us. The government, this, that, the other. They're broke. They have no more resources. You came for this transition. You will be guided. Listen to that quiet voice inside of you. And listen to it with little things. There's no one size fits all anymore. Aquarius energy is absolutely not that. Pisces energy is let's all merge together. Yeah, we're all merged into the water and the sea. The Aquarian energy is all that each one is completely different. So a diet that works for you might be completely wrong, even for your twin or your sister or your brother or your mother. Don't try and push everybody to do what you're doing, because it probably won't work. Each has to find their own way. I'm still finding my way with diet. I must admit, I'm experimenting. I don't know. I get gas, I get this, I eat that. I'm still in the dark, and I'm curious, and I'm still looking. So I'm just like you. I've not found all the answers. Far from it. But keep exploring. We're going to have a full moon in Gemini. Very close to all the other stuff. I will talk about that in some more detail. But Gemini is all about asking good questions. Ask good questions. Don't ask questions like, why is this happening to me? Don't get into the pathetic victim. That's very Pisces. Whoa, woe is me. No. Aquarius. What's the other solution? And what else could I do? And what else could I do? All right, you've blocked me doing this. What else could I do? How else could I do this? You are creative beyond your wildest dreams. You just haven't been trained to do it. I remember the first time somebody said, well, just improvise on the piano. I said, I don't know how to improvise. Just do it. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being open to something new, something different. something that is cohesive, but you must be the individual that you are. Do not try to glom with a group. That's, in a way, the advantage of this social isolation, just to let you know, is that you have to look to you and go inside of you and find your individuality. You have something special that nobody else can do. Nobody. You're a celebrity in your own right. You're an Adele or whatever, whoever it is that you see as a celebrity. You are. You're an Oprah in your own right. And you need to allow that to come out. I can remember a very pivotal moment, and you may have memories and things that somehow changed your thinking. All kinds of things coming up. But I have a very distinct memory. I think I was maybe 10, 11 years old. And I was always singing. I used to sing along the street. I used to sing. And I was just humming and singing to myself. I was just about to go into school. And one of the teachers looked at me, wasn't even a word, not a word was said. And he looked at me with such disdain and contempt and disapproval. And I felt it. And I clamped up. It was like, whoa. Stopped singing. I just stopped it. I felt my body just clench. And so it's been a lot of undoing. So you may have significant moments that come up, because this is this energy of the South Node in Sag on this eclipse, where you can see, this blocked my growth. This blocked me somewhere. And now I've seen it, so I can be free of it. Because not valuing and appreciating yourself is Uranus in Taurus is an awakening to valuing the treasure that you are. It doesn't mean to say that there aren't times when something has to be said that's hard to hear. But if we also say to one another, look what an amazing job you did. I have Irini who helps me with my exhibition, with the art. I do not have a gift. Well, maybe I've not explored it, but I don't know how to spatially put things together and really make music from it. She does. She just put things in unusual places together, and it was just so harmonious. And she loved it. She loved it. Yeah. Okay, Sandy quit writing when you were 18 and you used to love it. Okay. Why? What was it? What was it that stopped you? So really appreciate, learn to appreciate people, one another, but most of all, you've got to start appreciating yourself for the magnificent things you've done. Yeah, you don't need a certificate to say that you're good. I would never have painted. I've not been trained, the Pleiadians, the channeling, it's just coming through. I hope you like the new paintings that came through. I never know what's coming. Sagittarian energy is very free. Yeah, teachers and adults unintentionally hurt children, but they've not been trained. You can train children to sit in meditation for an hour and not move a muscle and be able to be in tune. We weren't trained that way. I was just trained to memorize and memorize and memorize books and do as the teacher said. I was bored to tears most of the time. or bored to tears sitting in a job that you don't like. So as uncomfortable as this is, which it is, and it's not going to get any more comfortable. All right, we have to get comfortable with living in discomfort, so to speak. But know that it will make you more creative. It will raise your frequency because you'll have to bring in something else from somewhere else. Call for it, ask for it. If you're in a difficult moment, or you're depressed, or you're sad, or you're fearful, and many are, ask for help. Reach out. One thing doesn't work, keep going, try another. And try another and another. Don't give up. There is a lot of support here on and off planet. A lot. Don't get caught up with the demons and the Satans and all of that. Don't allow your energy to be caught up with it. Not saying it's not there. But choose where you want to drive your vehicle. Choose what you want to fly into. Choose. They're taking our freedoms away. Yeah, you can get lost on that one, absolutely. And it is happening. And we need to wake up. Not saying no to any of that. I'm not getting into that because there are all sorts of things going on, and I value this channel because I want to be able to continue to reach you. But I'm not turning a blind eye. Just wanting to lift you so that you recognize how important you are. With all your funniosities, I've got tremendous funniosities. I've spent nearly a year here in Greece in this little apartment, getting up to turn the light off in the bedroom. And it was only a day or two ago, or no, a week or two ago, that I found that there's a switch right by the bed. I just, I burst out laughing, and, it was great. Have a good laugh. So let your funniosities and eccentricities come out. Let your fire burn. Sagittarius eclipse coming. Let your fire burn. You light your fire, you can warm others in the warmth of your glow. So I shall leave you with a little music just to, I hope, soothe you. I'm going to improvise. And I hope this soothes you. I hope it just gives you a sense of possibility. I don't know what on earth I'm going to play, but we'll see what happens. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Lucy. You're amazing. Thank you, Jimmy, who's been helping. Thank you to those who've contributed to the channel online. Thank you to my many Patreon supporters. Thank you. Thank you for your emails, your support, your love. I appreciate you very, very much.